view, I'm not sure that's going to get you anywhere. I mean, I don't think that having a trinity is going to solve that problem. Well, it seems to me intuitively clear that a complex thing is more difficult to explain than a simple thing. That's more or less what we mean by it. And so, your intuition may allow you to fall for that ploy of saying it's just faith, it's just scientific faith, that you need to explain complex things in terms of simple things. And a different kind of faith allows you to say, well, complex things just happen, which seems to be what you and other theologians are suggesting. If you're allowed to do that, if you allow yourself to do that, then why don't you just say, oh, eyes and bacterial flagella and knees and hearts and kidneys just happen? If you are going to, as many religious people do, use the complexity of the world and the complexity of life as an argument for the existence of a designer, then you are implicitly accepting that complex things need an explanation. When Darwin comes along and gives an explanation in terms of simple causes, I don't know about you, but that strikes me as a real explanation that's doing real work, that's doing some real explanatory heavy lifting. It's actually doing something. To postulate complexity as just happening doesn't explain anything, not least to my satisfaction. And to my satisfaction, postulating a God is every bit as unsatisfying as postulating an eye or a heart or a kidney. I don't think you can wriggle out of it by just saying, more or less by theological convention or theological fiat, we don't need an explanation for God. But maybe that is my own intuitive feeling. Maybe that's something that other people don't have as an intuitive feeling, in which case I find it hard to empathize with them, and I suppose I just have to appeal to the intuition of other people. I mean, is it not people's intuition that that when you've got something complex, like a clock or a computer or a car or a plane, you want to explain it in terms of how it works. You want to explain how the bits move, how the bits get together to conspire together to make the thing go along, to fly, to compute, whatever it does. You feel satisfied. If somebody tells you, it works like this, there's these little bits here, these little bits here, they interact with each other and they produce the complex whole. I don't think you'd be happy if somebody said, well, as Julian Huxley satirically said about the so-called vital force, the élan vital, that the vitalists in the early part of the 20th century postulated for life. He said, would you ever postulate an explanation for a railway engine, force locomotive, or élan locomotive? It's not a satisfying explanation. If it satisfies you, then you're satisfied by different things than what satisfy me, I suppose I have to say that.